Greetings from Maryland. It's April 9, 2013, and this is a third video in the restoration process of the 427-435 serial number 3797 Corvette Coupe. And it's been a while since the first video, but I've done a lot of work. It's taken a lot of time, a lot of glass work. So at this point, I've got most all the glass work is done, and it's a couple of minor things, but kind of entering the phase where we're going to start looking at the polyester priming the car. But I wanted to show you tonight what I have done, and go around the car and show you a few details. I have here a tool that I've been using. It's a 3/16 inch gauge that I've been using for the door jams, the door gaps and the hood gaps and the flip out headlight gaps, so all the gaps are the same. Alright, so without further ado, let me turn the camera around and start showing you the car. Okay, well, there it is. And yes, it's still gray. You're saying, well, what's different? Well, a lot of things are different. It's hard to see from this far away, but it's still gray. It still looks the same, but there's been a lot of work I've done to it. So let's start looking at that. If you remember, I told you I was going to do all these body seams, redo them all. Well, I had to grind them all out and re-glass everything. So I ground out about 1.5 inches all the way around the car and all these body seams, and replaced it with fiberglass, and then sanded it all down to the contour of the car in the area which I grounded. So you can see all that has been ground down, replaced with glass, and sanded. And all down here too, where the panels come together, and all back on the back side here. So you can see the difference in the color from the gray glass to the polyester fiberglass that I put on there. And like I said, been down about 1/8 inch, maybe a little deeper, to get all the existing epoxy that was in there, whatever they used, and the glues, and then replaced it with the glass. So we won't have any expansion and contraction problems with heat and then buckling the new paint that we put on there. And as we go around the car here again, all that's been redone, sanded. Go around the lift here and all the way around the nose area. This has been re-glassed. This is the puncture area that was fixed, and I had to put a little glass in there and fix that up a little better. But again, all the way around. Turned out really nice. I was pretty pleased with the way it's turned out. It took me a lot of time, but in the end, the product, I think, is going to be nice. On the passenger side, the driver's side door here, it was low here, contrasted to the body, and the door was a little out of alignment from the top and the sides. Fixed all that up. Some of it I could set with the door hinges, but most of it was out. It had to be fixed. So use this gap tool here. I got 3/16 all the way around the door, gapped. So we know it's right. So when you run this tool across there, we know the gap is right. So this is what I used, obviously, so we can keep all these things. We know that all the door gaps and the hood gaps and all the headlight pop-outs are the same gap. So also had to build up, like I said, on both doors, this area here around the door It was low in contrast to the body panel, fender panel. And then I had to re-peak this point here because it was kind of sanded off and rounded off, but that turned out really nice. You can see I got a nice straight line. I left a little bit of fiberglass dust with a sander to show you the line. Let me look at it from this angle here. There you go. You can see right down there that dust line is pretty straight. So lines are very nice with the fender. I had to replace the fender peak. I had to replace the peak on the fender all the way down here, all the way down, because it was sanded off, rounded off a bit. But I put the glass on here and peaked it all out, and the line's really nice and sharp. You can see it's a nice and sharp line now. So, and it lines up really well with the door. You can see that. And here also it's nice and flush with the door and the panel are nice and flush all the way around the door. Turned out really good. As well as this area here, the door didn't line up very well in the back either with the back panel. We fixed that. We built it up a little bit and re-peaked it, but you can see that line is straight as an arrow with the back wheel well now peak. So turned out really nice. Standing back in the door gap, you can see that looks nice and even all the way around. And same with the front. All right. And the rear might be hard to see in this light, but the rear panels, the rear quarter panels where they peak here, they were sharp. We didn't have to do anything with those. Had to sharpen them a little bit, but not too much. Around here, we fixed the areas where the radius is around the window that were cracked, and we put some glass in there, and here, and again here. Sanded that down, turned out good. And the passenger side door took a lot of work. This door was out quite a bit. The worst spot was right here, and Corey, you probably remember, it was way out of alignment. It kind of bulged out, and it was basically cracked all the way down to the bird cage. I had to grind this all the way out down to the bird cage. I had to ground out a gap about yay big. Started with the smaller pieces down near the bird cage and built out a little bit at a time. I think this was about 5 or 6 sessions of fiberglassing. It was a lot. So I took care of that, sanded it all down, and evened it out with the door, and that turned out well. And again, on this side too, it was low compared to the body, and I had to build the door up, but I left the dust line on here. You can see how that lines up nice and straight now. You can see that. The line is really straight with the fender well. It's nice and smooth here. There's no, one's higher than the others. You know, they're real even. The door flows right into the body, the front fender well, and the line is, again, I had to re-crown this whole thing out because it was rolled off, sanded, rolled off just like the other one. Now it's nice and sharp. The line's nice and sharp and very straight. And you can see how it lines right up with the door. It's very, very straight. Okay, same with the door gaps. On the passenger side, again, I used the tool to align the door gaps 3/16 all the way around. And it's nice and straight. You can tell by looking at the door gap, it's very even all the way around. Okay? And smooth. The transition from the door into the body is nice and smooth and very even. Flows right into the body panel. Same here on this door, front door. The 3/16 of an inch all the way around and all the way down. So, all right. Turned out well. I'm very, very pleased. It probably took me a lot longer than the professionals like Kevin at the shop, but but it's the way it is. They've been very helpful. Kudos to them. They've been very, very helpful. John at the shop is extremely knowledgeable and just a genuine nice guy, along with everybody there. Real nice people to work with. So my hat's off to them, and I thank them very much. It's been very helpful. And going to the front here, gapped the flip-out headlights the same way. Made sure they were 3/16 all the way around. All right. And just a little bit of play there, just enough to get the tool in. Nice tight fit there. So stepping back, looking down, you can see that the gaps are really nice and even. There and there. Really nice, and you can see these gaps are the same here on the hood, way around. And if I get up a little higher, you can maybe see the gap, one compared to the other. It's maybe hard to tell, but line on the hood's nice and straight and nice and even here. I had to build this up a little bit, but use the gap tool, 3/16 all the way around. And this area here was a little low because it dipped this way, and this area here, same thing, dipped, dipped, cupped this way. But now, if there's no light there, and nice and level. Reglass this area, and same with here too. Nice and level. Lines right up with the flush with the light now. And in the front, the line on the where the peak of the light might be hard because there's aluminum, might be reflecting against that. Lines right up with the peak in the front. You can see that. And then here too, you can see where those peaks line right up real nicely with the body peaks. Nice and sharp. Sharp and even. So a nice even line all the way across, right through the light area. All right. Well, that's really about it. Like I said, a lot of work, but it's come together pretty nicely. I'm pretty pleased with everything. And next time it won't be so long. The next video is going to be for the polyester primer, and probably have it sealed, and then I'll do another video. Maybe I'll do a video right after the primer, and but maybe a month down the road to have another video when it's in that condition, primed, and so it won't be so long. This was a lot of work. Took me a lot of time. Like I said, this is not my full-time job, and so it's long weekends and long nights. And my wife is very understanding, but she loves Corvettes too, so she likes to see this process in work. She hasn't helped yet, but but anyway, she enjoys Corvettes, and she loves riding in them, so she's anxious for this project to get done too. We're really going to enjoy it. So again, I will send out this video here in the next day or so. If you have any questions, please call me. Anything I can do, send you any information. If you want me to forward or include someone else on this email list of the video, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to include them, or you can forward them the link. Whatever, that's fine. Okay. Well, greetings from Maryland, and thanks for listening. And I really appreciate it. It's a labor of love, and I love hearing from each one of you. And I thoroughly enjoy your emails. Thanks again, and we'll be talking to you soon.